Praise God. Okay, so what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to prepare the base of the run, of the chicken run, for the a rodent barrier or predator barrier that I'm going to put up against the chicken run. So I'm using a hole and I'm digging out the dirt from in front of the chicken run. And I'm going to put the vapor, not the vapor barrier, but um, the bed frame that I recycled. I recycled an old bed frame, a metal frame, and I'm going to use that as a predator barrier. So when I place the barrier up against the run, it will be hard for rodents and predators to get in, like like a fox or raccoon, skunk, weasel. Smaller animals like a little mouse may be able to get in there, a little rat. But if a rat gets in there, I've seen chickens eat rats. So I've actually, one of my chickens, um, my children called her Black Pepper. She actually ate some small rats. They tried to make a home in there. That's the first time I saw rats in the run, and it was like a little rat family in there. And the chicken, Black Pepper, this chicken, she ate the baby rats. I saw it. I wish I had it on video. And then the rats, they kind of disappeared for a while, but they come back. Actually, it hasn't never been a problem, but I just want to stay on top of it. So as you can see here, I'm preparing uh, the uh, the chicken run for the predator barrier that I'm going to put there. I'm using material that I have around the homestead. So I'm digging out a trench, pretty deep trench. I would say about um, a foot deep, yeah, something like that. And yeah, just getting working the hole there, and making sure that I soften up the dirt and level it off as best I can, and I want to have enough dirt or soil to place back in front of the chicken run and smooth it all out, and make sure that when I walk up to the chicken run, I'm not tripping over like a mound or like a hill. I want it to be as flat as possible. So I'm digging out in front, out excuse me, in front of the chicken run, pretty deep. And once I put the barrier down, the predator barrier down, I'm gonna fix it, uh, affix it to the run, um, and to make sure it doesn't pull away from the run. I'm gonna butt it up right against the run. I'm going to use um, hardware cloth, and I'm going to marry the hardware cloth with the predator barrier that I made out of that old bed frame. And once I marry those two together, nothing will be able to pull it away from the chicken run. Okay. Um, and once I get the two pieces, once I get the barriers married to the run into the hardware cloth that's underneath the run, because I have some hardware cloth running underneath the whole run. But I wanted to put another barrier in front of the run, not just underneath, but right in front of the run, that will deter predators from getting in. Because once they come up against the run, they're going to want to scratch down and try to dig underneath and get in there. But once they hit that barrier, it's going to deter them. They won't be able to pull it away from the run, and it would just discourage them, and they'll just go away. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's a good workout, um, and yeah, this is what I have to do. And it's part of a homestead life, and you're growing your food, you're raising your food, um, and you know the benefits are great. Um, and it's just good for you. It's good for your health. It's good for your community. Good for your family. All the way around, it just helps everybody. It's something I'm doing. I want to do better with my diet. Um, Make sure I eat whole foods and stay away from the fast foods and the sweet drinks and things of that nature. Sometimes I have good days and sometimes I have bad days, but I think most times I'm on the homestead in my garden, rain or shine, um, picking from my garden, collecting eggs, giving eggs to neighbors, talking to people about homesteading, and just building friendships and around my community as best I can. Gardening and farming has helped me a lot. Become more social, become more personable, more not as misunderstood. So gardening and farming has helped me out a lot. Not just me, my family, and those around me. I'm able to bless them. And last year, I this past last season, I gave out figs. I have like three. How many? I have 4 fig trees. I gave out figs to my neighbors around where I live, and I left some nice notes in there. I put a note with each little package. It was something really simple. I just I used the grocery, the plastic grocery bag that you get from the supermarket that says thank you on it. The plastic bag that you put your groceries in. I just used that. Um, clean the figs, put them in a little bowl, and then put them in those shopping bags. Put a note attached to the gift, and I just said, God bless you, and I encouraged them, um, and in the Lord, and I just really thank God for that. And I've given out vegetables and eggs and figs, and I plan to do more, God willing. I just want to be a blessing. I want to do God's will, and do my part. You know, Here a little, there a little, and just be a blessing to others, and the same. People are a blessing to me, in the community, and I live in a city, but I try to, I'm a city boy, but I have a country boy's heart. Yeah, and yeah, I love homesteading. I love farming, and um, I just enjoy it. Yeah, well, praise God. So you can see I'm preparing the chicken run to be more fortified, so it can, um, so the chickens can be protected from predators. All right, it takes time. It's a good workout, like I said, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Uh, so yeah. Okay, so now I'm bringing this is called a pitchfork, and I'm gonna dig out some rough. Maybe there was some rocks there, and it was kind of rough there, so I had to. Maybe there was a root there, like a root from a tree. Because there used to be a tree right where the chicken run is. There used to be a huge tree there, and it was in my yard. and this tree dominated the whole neighborhood. I kid you not. Every time we drive around our neighborhood, if you look in the sky, you used to see that tree just towering above the whole neighborhood there. But now it's gone. I actually had to take it down because it was leaning. And because of the weather and everything, the storms, and Storm Ida really took that tree. Oh, that tree was, if we didn't cut it down, it would have fallen on some homes or something, because that tree was so, it dominated the whole neighborhood. And actually my neighbors, it's funny because my neighbors, when we cut it down, all the neighbors started getting the awnings. They put awnings on their home, all of them, either awnings or big umbrellas, like the big deck umbrellas, because that tree that was there shaded the whole little neighborhood there. It was, that tree was so dominant. I remember that to this day, how like my neighbors, all of them got awnings or deck umbrellas. Every single one of them. I'll never forget that. So that's how dominant that tree was. Here, and then I'm going to bury them. So that way when I walk up to see, I'm walking up here right now. When I walk up to it, it won't be like I'm climbing a hill. You see what I'm saying? All right, y'all, stay tuned. God bless. This is From Home to Homestead, to the glory of God the Father. God be the glory. All right, y'all, stay tuned.
Last branches.
Thank you, Jesus.
Last big branches coming down.
Hello, From Home to Homestead. So, to the glory of God the Father. So, as you can see, this old bed frame, right, is from an old box spring. And what I did, I used it as a border, bottom border barrier, rodent barrier, or predator barrier. That's a better word, a better phrase. So let me show you what I did. I took my grinder tool here, and I cut that metal. Gotta be very careful with that tool, because I actually nicked my finger with it. It hurt too. But as you can see here, it acts as a predator barrier. See that? So it's starting from, see the stone walkway, that's not a problem. Predators are not going to get underneath that. The stone walkway here. But as you come along where it hits the dirt, that's a problem. So you can see that, like I said, I cut the metal framing to butt up against the paneling, the metal paneling that meets the ground, and it acts as a barrier. So if a critter comes up like this here and starts scratching away, they won't be able to get in. They have a very hard time getting in. So I also married the two pieces, the bed framing and the hardware cloth behind, or the hardware cloth in front of the metal base part, all the way down. Okay, so look, you can kind of see I'm pulling it right now, and it doesn't separate from the metal paneling. The metal paneling and the predator barrier, there's no give there. So if because I'm gonna cover all this with dirt like this. As you can see, I'm gonna cover it with dirt.
maybe some small stones, so you can get an idea. It's going to be something like that. You see what I'm saying? You see that? Get an idea of how it's going to look. See that? Get an idea. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a nice idea. So look, see that, how you have the metal paneling, the base part, right? See that? And then so if a predator comes up like that, they come up like that, and they start scratching underneath here. Once they reach the hardware, once they reach the the barrier, they're gonna quit. They're not even want to go in. They're gonna have to work really hard. They're not gonna be able to get in. A raccoon or a skunk or a possum, anything big. I'm not worried about rodents, because like a rat, because chickens actually eat a rat if it's small enough. So they'll scratch like this. If they can't get in, then they'll just walk away. All right. So that's what I'm doing. So it's a predator barrier. See all the way down right here. See that? And it goes all the way down to the end. See the end right there? As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but see it's jammed underneath the base, and the green hardware cloth is connected to the bed frame, old bed frame metal framing. All right, see that? All right. See that? So it starts from the end. See that? There's the end cap there that we talked about. Let me move this out the way. So that's that end cap. There's hardware cloth all underneath there. So if something comes digging underneath there, they're going to hit hardware cloth. Same scenario. So that's the end piece there. See that? And then you have the base barrier, or predator skirt, if you want to call it, that runs right from the end all the way down to the end down there. So I have to put one more piece down right here. This piece right here. See that piece right there that I just threw down? I have to put that piece down to cover up this. This is a vulnerable spot here. So I'm going to take care of that now. So y'all stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. Finish it up. Do it like this here. Do it like this. I should be wearing gloves. Let me put my gloves on. I won't touch myself. Put my gloves on. There you go. Let's see here. That's perfect. I'm blessed. That's for God. Perfect, perfect. All right. Still a lot of hard work there. So, oh, okay, yeah. Willing to be will. That's all to do. All right, so as you can see, the predator border is extended all the way down the base of the extended run. You can see that it's secured really well from corner to corner. Looks really good. I'm proud of it. It's actually forming to the contour of the run perfectly. So that's definitely going to be like I said, a good barrier, a barrier for the chickens and the ducks. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is cover it with dirt, and that'll be it. There's just one more spot I have to focus on. It's kind of a vulnerable spot right there, right here. There's a lot of hardware cloth behind that, so I'm not really concerned about it. I don't know if you can see from here, but it's hardware cloth in front, and then there's hardware cloth in back of the hardware cloth. More hardware cloth. All right. So let me work on that. Y'all stay tuned. All right, I'll show you. Hold on. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, what I decided to do is just I ran a piece of hardware cloth along the base, and I attached it to the predator border that you see. Okay. All right. It's just got a nice contour. It's following the whole contour of the run, which is nice. It's nice and tight up against the bottom paneling. Very tight. Good predator-proof system. All right, so now I'm going to cover it with dirt, and it'll be seamless. Pretty much seamless. It'll just fit right against the landscape. Pretty good. All right, y'all. God bless. And I'm praying for all of you. I'm praying for the whole world, for the salvation of everybody's soul. All right, everybody. As you can see here, the predator barrier is covered. It's seamless, pretty much. You can't even tell that it was there, that I placed it there. I covered the predator barrier with dirt, and it's pretty much flat, where I can walk up to the chicken run and without tripping or feel like I'm walking up a hill or anything. And that's what I wanted. So as you can see, the stone walkway, that's not a problem, but once you come down to where the dirt is, raccoons or skunks or, even a fox, if they come around, can dig in dirt and come up underneath the chicken run and, attack your chickens. So this predator barrier that I made of materials that I had from an old bed frame worked perfectly. And you can't even tell it's there. Towards the front of the barrier there, right there, you can tell I still have to place some more dirt there, but that's okay. But I just wanted to show you how it looks. Yeah, you can see right there, it's showing a little bit. That's okay. I just have to cover it with more dirt and then pack it down. But once they come up, the predators come up and try to scratch and dig and claw to try to get in. they're gonna be unsuccessful because this barrier is just predator proof. If you were wondering about the other side, the back side of the run, there's a fence back there, and also there's hardware cloth on the inside of the chicken run, from the very top of the run all the way to the end of the run. There's hardware cloth that's tucked underneath the the fence and kind of tucked into the run. So predators will have a hard time getting through that fence and also the hardware cloth. So both sides are pretty much really predator proof. Only thing that can get in there are small, well, insects, or grasshoppers, butterflies, whatever wants to get in there that's pretty small can get in from the top. Some sections of the top of the run has an opening, like a small rat or a mouse can get in. But like I said, chickens pretty much eat anything. And if the mouse is, small enough where it could eat it, it will eat the mouse or the rat. I've actually seen it, where one of a family of it was a rat got in there, and they had a little family in there, and one of my chickens came and ate, the rat, the little rats, and then the mother rat and the father rat they ran away. I didn't see them again, and occasionally they'll try to get in there, but they don't stay long because those chickens they're very territorial too. So as you can see here, I'm panning, so you can see the finished product of the predator barrier. Like I said, it's covered with dirt, and there it is. Very happy with the result, and it's going to serve well, and so that's it. It's just a couple more finishing touches, like add more dirt to where I see is needed, and that's it. And there you have it. I'm panning all the way down towards the end. As you can see, all I have to do is kind of rake it, make it more smooth. It's pretty smooth. You might see a little bits of rock or some twigs there. I don't know what that is, that white stringy thing there, but there you have it. It looks good, nice and clean, and thanks for watching. It's really my pleasure to come and show you videos and from home to homestead, and I'm pretty confident that this predator barrier is going to keep the chickens safe, and I'm pretty confident that it's going to last a long while, God willing. So as I pan down towards the end, you can see the clean line there. I'll probably plant some grass seed there in the fall, maybe early spring, and yeah. So thanks for watching, and please come back again. Look out for new videos. Please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. And
And look out for the ice cream banana video. It's an ice cream banana tree that I ordered from a reputable gardener. And my goal is to produce bananas in the Northeast, Zone 7A. I'm very confident that I'm going to do it. And so just look out for those videos. And just leave a comment, like and subscribe, and let's get to know each other. And I'll see you guys and girls and everybody next time. All right, y'all. God bless.